Hi everyone, this is Rouge the Bat here, and today I will be reading you all Horrid Henry's Killing Spree, a Horrid Henry Lost episode creepypasta. Now, this was in Geoshea's Lost episode wiki. Now, the Shadow Lioness read this, and she hated that story. I wonder why. Well, I'm about to find out. So without further ado, let's get reading. Horrid Henry, if you don't know Horrid Henry, if you don't know who he is, he's a boy who lives in a place called Ashton and goes on wacky adventures. But I'm going to tell you something that changed my vision on the show. So here's what happened. It was 2017. My parents were out to see the Motown musical while I stayed at home myself. I went on to the TV, CITV, since it's where it airs in the UK, and it announced that the new episode of Horrid Henry was going to air. So I recorded it, and after the show loop finished, it came on. Everything started as normal, but near the end, where the faces of Henry's friends and enemies were, they had bloodshot eyes. I was creeped out, but I kept watching the episode. The episode started in the living room with Henry watching Gross Class Zero. Then he said, sometimes I really wanted to kill my family. They're just the worst family I could ever have. I was weirded out. Henry has never said something like this before. Then his little brother, Perfect Peter, came in, saying, "It's my turn to watch TV. I want to watch Happy Hippos." But Henry ignored him and said, Get out of my way, worm. I'm trying to watch TV here." But Peter said he was going to tell Mum. But Henry then snapped. He grabbed a gun and shot Peter in the head twice. Peter lay dead. His parents heard it, and then they were shocked, and Mum screamed at Henry. But then he shot both Mum and Dad in the head. This was shocking. I tried changing the channel, but it didn't let me. Henry then left when the title came up saying, Horrid Henry's Killing Spree. It was weird, so I kept watching. It cut to Henry in Moody Margaret's garden, 4 knives in his hand. Then Margaret's sour Susan, gorgeous Gurenda, singing Soria, and lazy Linda came out, and Henry stabbed Linda in the eye. They all screamed. Margaret said, "Henry, what have you done?" But Henry stabbed the rest of them in their eyes. He then went to the school, where he did some horrifying things. He cut Mrs. Battleaxe's legs, stabbed Soggy Sid in the forehead, shot Mrs. Oddbod twice, and choked Madame Tutu to death, and burned Mrs. Lovely. The next scene was absolutely horrifying. Henry was in the purple hand gang fort with everyone else's bodies. Rude Ralph had his tongue slit open. Aerobotic Al's eyes were gouged out. Greedy Graham was forced to fend to death with a piece of chip in him. Stuck up Steve and Rich Aunt Ruby were seen with many gunshots. Beefy Bert was seen with his brain spilled out. Weepy William was fed a tissue and died anxious. Anxious Andrew. I can't even describe Andrew. He was a gruesome Tidy Ted Goody Gordon, and Spotless Sam, as well as Nurse Needle, had a needle stabbed in her eye, and many more, but Bossy Bill was terrifying. He was seen with his stomach ripped open. It was horrifying. Henry came into the house and snapped out of his insane craziness. He said, "Oh my gosh, what have I done?" I was thinking the same. Henry then got a gun and said goodbye and shot himself. That's when Henry's family pests, Fang the hamster and Fluffy the cat, came into the kitchen, where Henry was there. They were shocked, and they got guns and pulled the triggers. And then after the episode, I heard my doorbell ring. It was my parents. I told them everything. It even showed them the episode. They were terrified and called the studio that made the Horrid Henry series and told them everything. They said it was the idea of a fired employee at the studio. They said it was an accident for airing the episode because they thought it was the ordinary episode. The next day at school, I told everyone and they all believed me. And one of my friends named Charlotte Jimenez, forgive me if I'm pronouncing her name incorrectly, said she also watched the episode. The episode remains lost in time, but I think me and Charlotte will remember that. This was something we will never forget. And that was Horrid Henry's killing spree. Horrid Henry Lost episode creepypasta, or crappypasta in this case. What do I think of it? Okay, as you can already tell, I actually hated it. I hated it. Okay, there are some places where there should be periods, and these paragraphs have long run-on sentences. They should be stopped with a period. People, you shouldn't have your creepypasta sort of stories having run-on sentences. What is up with that? Okay, we got the Henry going out in his mind cliche, and the killing cliche, and committing suicide cliche. This story is stupid. Now I understand why the Shadow Lionists don't like this story. Now, I just really hope the Shadow Reader doesn't read this story. Because if he does, there is a high chance that he will go out of his mind and rant on it, like I am right now. Also, oh my god. Alright. I spotted a lowercase I. Why don't you capitalize the frickin' names? Do you think that's a hard task? People always capitalize the letter of someone's name. Even the first person. Come on, it's really not that hard. My god. I'm sorry for my attitude, but oh my chaos, this story is stupid. I don't like it. I never want to narrate it again. Alright. I think I already made my point. But I just hope that this story gets deleted of the Geoshea's Lost Episode wiki. That's what I wanted. Now, what do you all think of this creepypasta? Did you like it or did you not? Probably not. Feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. As for me, I'm just gonna go to Starbucks and get myself a frappuccino, because I need to calm myself down after reading this crappypasta. But thank you all very much for watching. This is Rouge the Bat, signing off. See ya!